What does success look like? But most importantly, what does it feel like for you? How would you live your life if you had that dream life you wanted? If you had that dream relationship, that dream car, that dream business, how would you live your life if that was the case? Imagine in your head right now. Because you ask somebody, what does success look like for you? They're gonna say, all right, I'm making 40,000, I want 100,000. Okay, cool. I'm driving a Toyota, I want a Benz. Okay, cool. But that doesn't really have any emotion behind it. It's a car. It's a number in your bank account. Yeah, it would be cool, you would feel good if you didn't have to worry about bills, but it's just a number in your bank account. Now, instead, if you think about, I'm gonna go buy my mom a Christmas present. I'm going to feed the homeless. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to try new foods. I'm going to go to fancy restaurants. You see how now this has emotion tied to it? This has something that you can feel. And people think that once I get this thing, then I'll feel good. But actually, you have to feel like you have the thing before you can have it. Right here, Mark 11:24. Therefore I say unto you, whatsoever you desire, so whatever you want, when you pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. It's not that ye shall have them and then you'll believe, but no, you shall believe and then ye shall have them, which is just an old word for you. Point being, before you say, I want to be a millionaire, I want this car, I want this relationship, I want all this cool stuff, ask yourself, how would it feel though? Why do you want $1 million? Oh, I want $1 million so that then I can help my family and I can feed the homeless people and I could get a nice house and I could, travel the world. So you have to feel these emotions. You have to feel like you're in that life you want, and then you'll get it. Get your notebooks. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to teach you all about how to create that vision in your head, feel the emotions, and then get the thing. Take notes. You're going to love it. Now, more than likely, there is something, someone, or many things that you want but don't currently have in front of you. Such as you want to be a millionaire, but you don't have $1 million in your bank account. You want to drive a Ferrari, but you don't have a Ferrari in the driveway. You want a nice house, but right now you're living in the projects. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. The fact that before you can have these things, you have to mentally have it in your head. You have to mentally feel the emotions and think about it. Imagine yourself in first person perspective walking into that nice house. Imagine yourself first person perspective driving that car. You feel the engine. You're sitting in the chair. You're touching the wheel. You're turning. Imagine yourself buying your mom a Christmas present. Imagine yourself looking at your phone and you see $5 million in your bank account. Imagine these things. Feel these things. Act like these things. And when it comes to the acting part, you do that both mentally, like having a world in your head, but also in your day to day life. Just when you go into a store or a restaurant and your money is funny, you got $20 in the bank account. There's a energy to that. It's like you see somebody walking and you see them go inside the store, you know whether or not they can afford something. You can take a look at them, and it's not based on how they physically look as in how they're dressed, but it's like the way they walk into a room. Let me show this to you. All right. So you see how like my shoulders are slumped. I'm kind of looking down. My hands are in my pocket. You see, there's an energy to the way I'm walking right now. But if I walk into the store and I'm walking like this, hello, I'm shaking hands. You'll see how there's an energy to this, like there's such a difference. Or another great example. You want a girlfriend, you want a boyfriend, whatever, but you're walking around like, you see how timid this is, how small I am? But if instead I walk in, chest, chest out, shoulders back, head up, there's an energy to that. And the way that you get these things that you want, it's not just about the material action, like the stuff you're physically doing. It's about the way you're doing it. Like the way you walk into a room, the way you talk to people, the way you think about yourself, the way you act, the way you spend money, the way you treat yourself. There's an energy to these things. And when it says that you must believe it, then you'll receive it. Even if right now your money is funny, you got $20, you have to, before you walk in somewhere, imagine yourself and you say, if I had $5,000 cash in my pocket right now, how would I walk? Walk like that. How would I talk? Talk like that. How would I treat people? How would I treat myself? What would I be doing? Do that. And I don't just mean like, oh, what would I buy? No, how would I conduct myself? How would I take care of myself? Would I get a haircut? Would I shave my, face down a bit? Would I go to the gym? Like these are the things. And I have a vision board over here. And on that vision board is I can't show it to you because it has an address on it of a building that I want to live in. But it is me giving a speech, me on a flight, world's best youth empowerment speaker, spoke to over 100 schools, someone in front of a crowd giving a speech. Like it's a large auditorium that's sold out, and it is the building that I want to live in. So doing that, I have this right next to my wall. Like it's visual things. Like I can picture myself in that apartment. I can picture myself in that auditorium. I can picture myself on that flight. I can picture myself giving that speech. I can see myself giving that speech because one of them is me giving a speech. The point is this: your emotions are the fuel that will get you to the goal that you want. Your emotions, your mental energy, your focus is what will get you to where you want to be. Because I kid you not, days after me making that vision board, I had like 5 schools message me saying, "Hey, are you available to speak?" 5 of them out the blue. I've had schools respond to me a lot more. I've been having business opportunities pop up. I've been having so many great things happen because on that vision board, I'm putting so much emotion into my belief, into this is my I am. Go back on my channel. If you search I am, I made multiple videos on this subject. But when you say I am this, you are cementing yourself like you believe this is me. I am the world's best youth empowerment speaker. I am a good example for other people. I am somebody that people could look at and go, oh my gosh, if he could do it, I could do it too. I am somebody who helps other people know that they are somebody in a world that tries to make them feel like they are nobody. I'm gonna repeat that for you just so you hear it correctly. I am somebody in a world that tries to make you feel like you're not somebody. I just I messed it up in my own head right there. But what I was trying to get at was that I'm somebody people look at and they go, he's trying to help the world. I'm the best person at what I do. And you have to conduct yourself like that. Not out of ego, not out of all that. No, you conduct yourself like that because you are who you are. And according to the way you believe, that's what you're going to get. If you believe that all I can ever do is make 50,000 a year, and I'm not talking down on that. I'm just saying if that's what you believe, like if you believe I can only make $50,000 a year, but I want to make 100, you can't because according to your belief, it is done unto you. And there's a period of time between you saying, okay, this is my belief, this is my I am, this is how I'm walking, and the material world had to catch up to that. Because mentally and spiritually, it's like that. When people come to me and they say, hey, Lawrence, I've been hearing you talking about how if I believe hard enough, I'll get it. I made the belief, but what do I do between the time of believing and getting it? And I tell them there is no time in between. Like there is no time in between. Because on the spiritual level, time isn't a thing. It just happens. Like if you go to the Bible, God said, let there be light, there was light. On day one, we making the universe. Day two, we're making the planets. Day three, animals. Day four, water and all that stuff. I probably said it in the wrong order, but just the point I'm making here. Now, when it comes to, I believe I'm going to have this thing, I believe I'm going to get this relationship, I'm going to get this car, I'm going to get this opportunity, I'm going to get this thing. Okay, in your head, it just is. It is. Whatever you say is, whatever you believe in prayer, and prayer isn't just, you get on bended knee. Prayer is what are you walking in? That is why the Bible says you should pray without ceasing. It means whatever you get on bended knee and say, Dear Heavenly Father, bestow this upon me, you should walk like that 24/7. If you get on bended knee and you say, Dear Heavenly Father, I want a wife. I want this car. I want this, promotion at work. Pray without ceasing. Every moment of the day, you walk as if I got a wife at home. Every moment of the day, you walk as if I got an extra 5,000 in my pocket. Every day you walk as if my boss is about to promote me. Every day you walk as if my business is successful. Every day you walk as if, even when the world does not show results, it's going to look delusional to other people, but this is how it works. Because you believe it in here. You believe it in here. And then the world catches up. It's like you plant the seed and then you water the seed because you plant the thought, you plant the idea, you water the seed with your emotions, you water the seed with your belief, you water the seed and say, I know this is going to work. Then the seed grows. But if you didn't water it in the first place, if you didn't plant the belief in the first place, it would have never happened. It would have never flourished. So you have to believe, and based upon what you believe, it shall be done unto you. You must pray without ceasing. Your prayer is what are you walking in? What energy do you go throughout the world with? People think that on Sunday we gonna pray and then it's just gonna happen. No, prayer is a 24/7 process. When you go to bed, think about the life you want, right? I've said this in a few videos before, but when you go to bed, think of the life you want. First person perspective. Don't worry about how, just imagine it. I'm in this apartment. I have the money in my bank account. I am on a flight. I'm traveling the world. I feel the seat under me. I have a wedding ring on my finger. I feel the wedding ring. I have a wife and 3 kids. Whatever you want. I got a dog. I got my first job. I got a straight A on the test. Feel it. Feel the paper from the test. Feel the ring on your finger. Hear the kids in the background. Open the door to the house. Sit inside of the fancy car. Hear the sound of the engine as you drift off into sleep. Now, when you go to sleep, you're taking all of that energy, all that belief, all those feelings, all those all that prayer and you're setting it up and saying, I am. And eventually, through the wondrous ways of God, it shall happen upon you, because according to your faith, it shall be done upon you. If your faith is, I could only make 50,000 a year, I could only live in this certain place, I could only date these type women, these type men, the good men, the good women, I can't have that, but this right here, I can have that. If that's your faith, that's what you're gonna get. If that's what you believe about yourself, if that's what you believe about your life, if that's what you believe, that's what you're gonna get. But if you want to have something different, you got to change that belief. You have to say, who taught me that? Who taught me I could only make 50,000 a year? Who taught me I could only date men or women who are bad for me? Who taught me that? Like, was it the movies? Was it the music? Did mommy and dad say something? Did my grandma, grandpa say something? Like who taught me this? Right? And then once you realize, like, yo, yeah, they said that, but I don't need to believe that. That doesn't have to be my truth. Now, what you do, you start taking radical action to change that. You have to start taking radical action to say that, yes, that is what was taught to me, but I can unlearn that. I can relearn something. I could say, I don't want to make 50,000 a year. No, that's not me. I want 50,000 a month. If that's what you want, that's what you want. Now, you have to say, all right, if I was making 50,000 a month, what would I be doing? I'm gonna just talk about myself now and use myself as an example. If I'm making 50,000 a month, what would I be doing, right? I'd be coaching people. I would be speaking on stages. I would be selling books. I would be doing this. I'd be doing that. Okay. All right. I'd be hosting events. Okay. I would be traveling. I would be doing all these things. I'd be going on more podcasts. All right. Now, how am I going to do this? Right. I'm going to post more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Right. And then I just show up and I do the process. This is my prayer because I'm not making $50,000 a month right now in my bank account, materially speaking, but spiritually, mentally, I am. And eventually, by constantly doing this, according to your belief, it will be done upon you. As you believe, so shall your life be. And like you said at the start of this video right here, whatsoever things ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. You gotta believe it's possible. You had to believe that you can. You had to believe that your life can go better. You had to believe that you get that man that you want, that woman you want. You had to believe that could get straight A's. You had to believe you could get into that college you want to go to. You had to believe that you can be a successful business owner. You have to believe it in order to receive it. And don't just think about the material thing. Don't just think, I want $50,000. I want a car. I want a house. I want a girlfriend or boyfriend. No, how does this feel? How does it feel to think about coming home and you don't got to worry about the bills? How does it feel to come home and your wife run up to you and she hug you and the kid's like, Dad, I'm so happy. I love you so much. How does that feel? How does it feel to be able to buy your mom a new house? How does it feel to be able to show up and be a good example for your family? How does it feel to not have to worry about the price of groceries? How does it feel to not have to worry about that? How does it feel to be able to live in a safe area? How does it feel to have that Ferrari in your drive when you get in there and you just zoom down the block? How does that feel? Because you gotta feel it. You gotta believe it. You gotta walk as if you have to pray without ceasing, and according to your faith, it shall be done unto you. Before you can receive it, before you can achieve it, you have to believe it. Have a wonderful, blessed, lovely day. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can sign up for my next event on breaking limiting beliefs with the link in the description below, as well as getting a coaching call with me. And my email address if you're a podcast host, school principal, or run a youth organization and you're looking for speakers. And lastly, also, there are my social medias for you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Have a great day.